Good morning, everyone, and welcome into the Bozard Ford studio for the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning. We have the City Commission recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day. The mayor of St. Augustine met with the Queen of Spain. The county approves over $10 million in permits, and fire rescue rescued an unresponsive beachgoer. We'll get to all that and more, but first we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and a state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience are just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, a big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We've got Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy Houses. Support all of our wonderful sponsors, and you can support us with your likes, comments, and shares. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, and download our app from the Apple App Store. All right, good morning, everybody.
Hey, it's the weekend.
We made it to Friday.
All right, I'm short again. What's going on with the camera?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're here.
We're short. We know that.
It happens on occasion.
So, yeah.
It's Friday.
We made it.
We made it.
Yeah.
I walked in and said, we made it to Friday. And Aiden's like, he's got a much longer day than I.
Yeah, he's got a long day today.
Yeah.
It sounds like a long day tomorrow.
And probably Sunday, too.
Yeah. Now, Rebecca and I were talking this morning. I was like, we have a very busy schedule.
Yeah. Turns out.
We have when you have 9 jobs, you have a very busy schedule.
Yeah.
So, and our social schedule's busy. So
I know you are a social butterfly.
yeah. So
Rebecca too.
Yeah. So it's very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Throw soccer in there and everything else. And,
Maeve adds to the calendar.
yeah, I got a 5-year-old, got a 22-year-old, and a 24-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's a very busy schedule.
Very busy.
Going to try and get my probably my last shot of this season to get that last gator on Sunday.
Nice.
So hopefully the weather is nice for us down in Central Florida.
Yeah. I've got 1 day a week that I can not wake up with an alarm clock, and that's Saturday. And I scheduled something for first thing in the morning this Saturday, not thinking how exhausted I was going to be all week. Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited for what I have planned on Saturday, but I'm not excited about the alarm. I really would have enjoyed
sleep too.
Not excited about the alarm at all.
I just wish morning happened later in the day.
100%.
Yeah.
Why can't it? Oi.
Is right. So,
Aiden, you live back there?
Alive, yeah.
Yeah, sounds so enthusiastic.
Aiden needs some donuts or some chocolate or something.
I need sleep is what I need. I'll pass on the donuts if I can get an hour of sleep.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't give you an hour's sleep, but I could buy you some donuts. Sorry, man.
Yeah, we can do donuts.
Do we have a question of the day?
We do have a question of the day, and the question actually came from yesterday. Uh-huh. And what is your favorite Mexican food?
Favorite Mexican food. Right now, I'm on the chimichanga.
Okay.
I really like chimichangas. We enjoy Cantina Louis. We had when Cantina Louis opened, we had a big Cantina Louis phase, and all the staff knew us and knew all of my children and all of our orders. And we've pulled back because, economies and such.
Yeah.
But we definitely go to Cantina Louis, get, I like the 1862 margarita with salt.
Okay.
Queso, start the day, chimichanga, it's delicious.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Not a sponsor, but could be.
Yeah. Could be. Aiden, what about you as far as Mexican food goes?
I'm not quite sure. I feel like a good taco is better than a good burrito, but a great burrito is better than a great taco. Mm-mm. So I could go either way on those.
Okay.
Right.
Well, the beauty of Mexican food is there's only 7 ingredients, and they mix it up 5,000 ways.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
There's a lot of variety, but
there's a lot of variety, but it's all the same stuff.
yeah,
So
I agree.
the one and I got to get I got to get a ruling on this.
Okay.
All right. I like huevos rancheros.
Mm-hmm.
Is that considered Mexican? I mean, I do it for breakfast, but it's
I
like
feel like it's Tex-Mex, isn't it?
yeah. So I don't know if I can count that as Mexican.
Mexican adjacent.
Mexican adjacent.
Yeah.
When I go to Taco Bell, which we all know is the highest quality of Mexican food possible.
Also not a sponsor.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but I found this out just a couple months ago. It's open even if you're not drunk.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Okay.
it's a new thing.
You don't have to blow on a breathalyzer to order.
No. It's yeah. It's like reverse.
Okay.
But I do love their Mexican pizzas there.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a big fan of most quesadillas.
Yeah.
Like if there's, it's kind of hard to screw up a quesadilla.
That is hard.
Like if there's a restaurant you're like don't really know and they got it like a chicken quesadilla on there, let's go with that. You can't. It's really hard to screw up a quesadilla.
For sure.
You know.
There's a lot of comments on Mexican food.
Yeah. So
it's funny that you associate Taco Bell with being drunk because there wasn't a Taco Bell in my college town, and so it wasn't until I moved back to St. Augustine that I was like of age and could have gotten drunk, but it wasn't on my route. And so I didn't even know there was Taco Bell in town at that time. And so what we would do is we would go to church and then go to Taco Bell right after. And so I associate it with Sunday lunch.
yeah, it's different.
After church, it is a little different.
We have different lives.
We do have different lives.
Joy, I like favorite Mexican food, margaritas.
Yes.
So yes, okay, like where your head's at. It
The
is the week.
1862 margarita at Cantina Louis is delicious.
It is the weekend.
It is good. And I'm definitely planning margaritas with my mom tonight. We have a date. And we're going to watch a movie and have some margaritas.
Okay, nachos. You know how they were invented?
No.
All right, like a bunch of workers came in and the cantina was closed or whatever, and the guy who was running the bar kind of threw some stuff together, like what all the ingredients he had for these guys because he didn't want to lose the customers. And guess what the guy's name was? Nacho. That's how I got his name.
That's Nacho Special.
Yeah, it was the nachos. So
That's hilarious.
It was created by Nacho.
I like it.
So, but it was literally at a bar that was like closing down. All these workers just came off work. The guy didn't want to upset them, and he wanted to, obviously keep them there so they drinking but they were starving, and he threw something together, and that's how nachos were created.
My first job was at TGI Fridays in Destin, and we were the ones that stayed open the latest. And so we were where restaurant staff would go to hang out after closing. And so we would have this like late night pop, and it was all restaurant staff, and they would all come and convene around our bar. And so I could definitely see that happening. You want to keep the restaurant staff happy for sure. All right. Now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
All right, quick check of the weather. Actually, we have a football game tonight, but the rain is supposed to be around 5 or 6. So we're hoping it comes early and gets out of there, and it doesn't affect the football game tonight. Because Aiden, one of his many jobs tonight is he will be at the football game with Josh and Ernest representing the 904 now.
Thank you for your service, Aiden.
Yeah.
That quick check of the weather brought to you by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets. Bin 39, tucked inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street. With over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. It's the perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after-work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in a serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday, open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right, I'm rolling with it. It's time for the Slam the Aiden Accelerator traffic report. He cringes so hard every time I say that.
Yeah,
I am.
You're not a fan.
So
I don't know what's going on.
So
looks really foggy in the upper left.
That is.
Did an asteroid land?
That is just fog. Mile marker 398. So if you're going northwest,
all right,
look out for some fog. But everything else looks fine.
Everything else does look
Yeah,
remarkably
it looks
clear.
incredibly clear.
I don't believe that's fog.
I believe that's a camera issue. So,
All right. That traffic report brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenience stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's Historic Hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full fare guest through the Hometown Pass program. Sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time. All right, moving into the news. St. Augustine mayor meets the Queen of Spain at a D.C. symposium. St. Augustine's mayor is back from Washington, D.C. after attending a major international symposium on Spain's role in the American Revolution. Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein, city manager David Burcham, and communications director Melissa Whistle joined more than 1,000 attendees this past weekend at Constitution Hall. The two-day event was hosted by the Daughters of the American Revolution and Queen Sofia Spanish Institute. Historians and scholars from around the world presented research highlighting how Spain supported America's fight for independence, a timely focus as the nation prepares to mark the 250th anniversary of the revolution next year. Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein said the symposium was very educational and emphasized how it showcased the often overlooked contributions of Hispanic ancestors to America's founding. Organizers stressed that today's Hispanic community should know their heritage played a vital part in securing independence. The St. Augustine delegation also met with Queen Sofia of Spain, whom the mayor described as lovely, and sat down with the Spanish ambassador. The ambassador accepted an invitation to visit St. Augustine next May during the city's historical festival and Historic Preservation Month. Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein says the city looks forward to welcoming that visit as St. Augustine continues to celebrate and honor its deep Spanish heritage. So I've got one point of contention.
what's that?
It feels like two things are getting conflated here.
Mm-hmm.
She met with the Queen of Spain and spoke with the Spanish ambassador to learn about Spain's contribution to the American Revolution. And then she referred to Hispanic contributions and Hispanic ancestors that helped with the American founding. And those are two different things. So it feels like we're conflating two different things, maybe for another purpose, maybe out of ignorance. I'm not sure. But Spanish comes from Spain directly.
Well, and it could be because a lot of the Spanish at the time, which was they were controlling Cuba and controlling Puerto Rico and controlling all of those at the time of the revolution, because Spain had lost Florida to England.
Yep.
And Spain got Florida back. And then we got Florida from Spain. So the United States did.
Yep.
So I think because there's conflict between Cuba and some of the other colonies with Spain, that was more of a cautious way of using that term. So, but at the time, it was Spanish.
It is Spanish.
Yeah.
Because Hispanic means from a Spanish-speaking area, so from a colony more often. Spain means from Spain.
Yeah, we got a lot of our support from Cuba, more so than directly from Spain.
Okay.
So that mean
Cuba as a Spanish colony.
As a Spanish colony, yes.
Yeah.
So as you know, historically it came from Cuba.
Was it ordered by the Cuban leaders, or was it ordered by the king, and it just came from Cuba?
It was
because
so
it was
slow
close?
at that time.
Yeah.
It probably came from the governor of whatever the colony was.
Okay.
So, you know, because I mean, it took 60 days to get a message from Spain to here.
For sure.
So I would probably say it came more from the governor at that time. They had a lot of freedom to do things like that.
I know.
So I kind of get that, but when you're talking to the Queen of Spain, stick with Spain.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, stick with that. So
probably should talk about Spain's help.
Yeah. Well, and Spain did get Florida back.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like they weren't rewarded for their help.
Yes.
Also, so, and then we took it back from them.
Yeah. Well, as we do.
Yes. It's what we do. You owe us money, we'll take Florida.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Spain then again owed us money, and that's how we got Florida.
Yeah.
So
because they were already struggling with enough swampland in Washington D.C. area as an early country. They didn't need more swampland in Florida. So here you go, Spain. Thanks for the help.
Yeah.
And then Spain couldn't pay their bills. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and a lot of people don't realize this. They think, if you do a deep dive in history, people talk about us purchasing Alaska. Well, get this. The U.S. owed Russia $7 million during the Civil War. Okay. They borrowed some money, but they didn't want to tell the public that they had borrowed money.
Okay.
So the only way to pay back Russia was to buy this wasteland for $7 million. And that's how we ended up with Alaska. It wasn't an actual purchase. It was a payback of debt, but the U.S. government wouldn't admit that we owed Russia that amount of money. And, that's how we ended up with Russia. If you do a deep dive
or with Alaska.
Or with Alaska, yeah.
Because what I learned was we acquired Alaska for oil fields.
No.
Like, it was an intentional thing.
No, absolutely not.
All right.
Absolutely not, because that didn't come along until many years afterwards.
All right.
We were still using whale oil at that point. So,
which is what's interesting about petrol products is that it saved whales.
Yeah.
Whales would have been,
extinct
because that was a primary source of illuminating oil, all kinds of combustible oils. It was whale oil. That was it. And so the tycoons that discovered that we could use petroleum products, that we could mine and purify this ooze from the ground, that's what really saved the whales and stopped whaling, is that it was replaced. It's not that we suddenly figured out that we shouldn't kill these whales. It's that we found a better product.
No, we found a better, a more efficient product, and the whales were getting, and that's part of the other reason why Russia gave up Alaska for that debt, is because they had saturated the seal and whale
oil market
hunting.
Okay.
It became too hard. And that market was saturated. So I mean, it was it was in trouble.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you don't read about that in history unless you really dig deep into the weeds of what was going on.
Absolutely. Those facts are kind of pulled apart because they don't want to make connections.
That's when I go on my Bollocks deep dives, I find stuff like that. So.
All right. Moving into concerning news. Unresponsive beachgoer pulled from the water in St. Augustine, SJCFR says. A frightening scene unfolded on the water in St. Augustine Thursday morning. St. Johns County Fire Rescue says an unresponsive beachgoer was pulled from the surf off A1A near Beach Boulevard and B Street sometime before noon. Emergency crews rushed to the scene and immediately began treatment before transporting the victim to the hospital. Officials say the patient is listed in critical condition. No further details have been released at this time. So scary. It happened so fast. Keep eyes on people. Go to the beach with friends and keep eyes on people, because you never know. You never know when something like this is going to happen. Definitely concerned for the victim and family, and we lift you guys up and hope we get a positive update soon. All right.
Yeah. No, you got to respect the ocean. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Speaking of petroleum products, Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We got Shell at 146 King Street, $2.86. Gate on Mizell Road's at 288. Owens on South Ponce de Leon Boulevard's at 289. Sunoco on South Ponce de Leon Boulevard's at 294. Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard's at 295. Circle K on 207 is 299. A1A Discount Beverage is on Anastasia Boulevard's at 299. Shell on North Ponce de Leon Boulevard's 299. Gate on US 1 North is 303. And Circle K on US 1 North is 303. That Gas Betty Gas Report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. All right, got live music today. Again, we got to go straight from the website. Let me make sure I get it. And we're going to start out at 5. We've got Greg Johnson at Guy Harvey Resort at 5 o'clock. Mark Hart is at Tradewinds Lounge at 5. We've got New Guys on the Dock at Beaches at Volano at 5. Dewey Valles at Backyard Island Cafe at Meehan's at 5:30. Carry the Day is at Funkadelic Food Shack at 5:30. Brian Rollins is at Mellow Mushroom Anastasia Island at 6. Mellow Mushroom at St. John's has Joshua Tennessee Worthy at 6 o'clock. Stu Weaver is at Reef Restaurant at 6 o'clock. There's lots of pages of this. Rob Peck is at Tide's Oyster Company and Grill at 6 o'clock. Elizabeth Roth is at Oasis Deck and Restaurant at 6. Got Shyla Michaluso at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill at 6 o'clock. Paper City Hustlers is at Pesca Volano by Michael Lugo at 6 o'clock. Vaughn Kaiser is at Salt Life Food Shack at 6 o'clock. Frank Myers is at Colonial Oak Music Park at 6:20. Gretchen Peters is also at Colonial Oak Music Park at 6:20. And so is Jenny Tolman. Got Mike Cook at OC White's at 6:30. Jolie's at Casa Divino 57 at 7. Bad Endings is at Dick's Wings and Grill at Nocatee at 7. We've got Tony Scazzaro at La Cocina at the Cellar Upstairs at 7. We've got Baby Gray at Meehan's Irish Pub and Seafood House at 7. Got Jeremy Price at V Pizza and Flask and Cannon in St. Augustine at 7. We got Kevin Hart also at V's Pizza at 7. Boogie Freaks is at Arnold's Lounge at 7. Solo Lions at Pierre's Pub at 7. Is this still Sing Out Loud? Allison Krause and Union Station at St. Augustine Amphitheater at 7:30. Brian Davis is at Colonial Oak Music Park at 8. Johnny Clausen's at Colonial Oak Music Park at 8. McCoy Moore is also at Colonial Oak Music Park at 8. Rambler Canes at Cafe 11 at 8. Matt Wilson is at Cortesi's Bistro at 8. We've got Bo and the Burners, a rockabilly trio at Milltop Tavern at 9. Chuck and Elliott's at Milltop at 9. Tyler Boone's at Tradewinds at 9:15. Monty Criswell is at Colonial Oak Music Park at 9:35. Guys, get it right. Rodney Clausen's at Colonial Oak Music Park at 9:35. Versatile's at Bar with No Name at 10 o'clock. And Cholula is at Prohibition Kitchen at 10 o'clock. There's a third page.
No, we're not doing that.
Nothing after 10:30.
We're not doing anything after 10 o'clock. Are you kidding me?
There's still a whole page. All right, we're good.
No, that's a different day.
Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, I'll do the last two. Cliff Cody's at Tradewinds Lounge at 10:30, and Emmett Stevens Jr. is at Tradewinds Lounge at 10:30. Okay, holy moly.
Wow.
That's a lot. My throat's done.
Yeah, you need me to read the FIDUS report?
I got it. That music report is brought to you by FIDUS Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust FIDUS Roofing and Construction. Voted best to St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, FIDUS installs the GAF Lifetime Roofing System and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, FIDUS delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For FIDUS Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. FIDUS Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. Whew. All right. Yeah. We survived.
Yeah. I think Joy's right. I think you do need a margarita.
I do now.
We might need a margarita machine here.
Holy moly. All right. So we got trending today. It was a follower submission. Thank you, Bobby. Bobby, he always shares dolphin stories with me.
Okay.
And this one was one that was reported in numerous sources. So you can find it on Vice, you can find it on Guardian, you can find it all over the internet and various news sources because it's a little interesting. So people think that dolphins have lifelong buddies. They stay with them all the time, and they have very strong family and friend connections. That's not really true for bottlenose dolphins. In particular, bottlenose dolphins have very fluid friend groups. So you might have a friend, you might separate, hunting different places, breeding different places, but you might encounter your friend again. How might you recognize your friend? I mean, we recognize our friends by facial expressions. We recognize our friends by voices. We have names. We have these kinds of communications. How might a dolphin recognize?
Well, I mean, I know they communicate, but I don't know. You know, is their dorsal fin unique, or I mean, it's. I would have thought it would have been through communication, but I don't know.
So bottlenose dolphins do have signature whistles, but that's more mom and kid.
Okay.
No signature whistles that we've been able to verify. They might be able to like call out names with their signature whistles. But what we have found by accident, which might be on that Ig Nobel Prize thing that Blake sent that I didn't read because my eye was hurt. They recognize by tasting urine.
I'm glad humans don't have to do that. It's probably not weird to them.
I'm sure it's not weird to them.
I mean, I'm sure we do some things that dolphins are going, you see what that human did?
I'm sure.
So.
Dolphins are able to recognize one another by the taste of their urine, a study has found. University of St. Andrews have discovered that aquatic mammals can recognize friends and family members without seeing or hearing them. The unique sense of taste allows dolphins to tell between their peers through their urine and other excretions, which means we're not exclusively tasting urine.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's all excrement.
Yes, there's a whole category of excrement. All right.
We don't need to list those.
Researchers tested.
Please don't list those.
I'm not. Tested how dolphins reacted to urine samples from different individuals. And lead author said dolphins explored urine samples for longer if they came from known individuals or when they were presented together with dolphins' unique and distinctive signature whistle. So that's that name we were talking about, an acoustic identifier that works like a name. Dolphins in the study were from Dolphin Quest resorts in Hawaii and Bermuda, where their day job is swimming with tourists. Another reason why dolphin habitats are very important. They frequently participate in research studies. I participated in numerous at Marineland.
Yeah.
All right. Due to this finding,
I got this visual of a dolphin swimming and go. Is that Kathy?
I want to know how.
No. Pretty sure it's Amanda. Nope, it's got to be Kathy. What do you think, Dave? This is the conversation that goes on.
Yeah.
And okay.
Yeah.
Am
Researchers continue. We still know very little about the sense of taste and how it works in dolphins. Other studies have shown that they lost a lot of the common tastes that we find in other mammals, such as sour, sweet, umami, and bitter, but they have unusual sensory cells on their tongues that are probably involved in this detection of individual tastes of other animals. So we hear about sharks being able to sense blood. That's them tasting it. Sharks can also sense other excretions as well. This is why I don't encourage peeing in the ocean when you're swimming, because sharks also are attracted to that.
Turns out it's going to happen. I'm sorry. If I'm in the ocean, I'm peeing. I'm just letting you know.
The ocean or the shower.
Yeah.
If you have water involved with anything with you,
it makes contact. Boom. It's happening. Let you know.
This is something we've learned.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense that dolphins can also get sensory information from urine and other excretions. But we just hadn't figured that out yet.
Yeah.
So think about that the next time you're watching Flipper.
Yeah. Flipper, what are you doing? Just saying hi to my friend.
you know, good times.
Yeah, so they got that going for them.
So if you find something that's trending and you want me to talk about it on the show, you can message me on Facebook like Bobby does, or you can email me at Amanda904now at Google.
It would
at
change
gmail.com.
happy hour so much.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, it would be really weird.
Not only that, okay, so not only that, I have literally watched female dolphins scan using their sonar male genital slits. So the male parts are tucked up inside.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they're in a little slit. They come out when the time arises. So females can detect what a male is pecking through their sonar. And so I've watched females not only like scan and choose which male they wanted to mate with using their ultrasound technology. I've also watched females that were tired satisfy a male that was bothering them so that they could get a nap using their ultrasound. So that was a lot of fun.
So you got that going. Good for them.
Weird things you see around
It's
animals.
good for them. No, they're just being friendly.
A whole new meaning to blowjob.
I would say I'm more comfortable with that than identifying your
But
friends.
think of the bar dynamic then.
Oh yeah.
Not only are you drinking pee, but a chick can be like, nope, don't want to talk to you. That's a whole different bar hangout.
Yeah, but I mean, at least getting turned down, you're still getting something out of it.
That's true.
You know?
It's vibration.
Yeah.
I have weird stories, guys.
Yeah.
Very strange stories.
So, too funny. Too funny.
Any closing comments on tasting urine?
Nope. Gonna pass on that one.
Same.
Yeah.
Me too. Marked safe from.
Yeah.
All right. Moving back into the news.
Yeah.
St. Augustine City Commission votes to recognize Indigenous Peoples Day on date shared with Columbus Day. The city of St. Augustine has officially joined a growing national movement by proclaiming the second Monday of October as Indigenous Peoples Day. Commissioners approved the measure this week, making St. Augustine just the third city in Florida to formally recognize the day, which this year falls on my birthday, October 13th. Commissioners, the city of St. Augustine, the proclamation sponsored by Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein was passed without debate as part of the commission's consent agenda. Okay. It acknowledges the suffering brought by European colonization,
Right.
including...
Consent agenda is items that they don't actually talk about.
Okay.
It's ahead of the meeting, and it's listed. And then if someone has some controversy on the board, they can pull it off the consent and put it on the regular agenda.
Okay.
It's like, okay, we know we have a consensus. And we're just going to vote for this unless something pulls it off. So
All right.
That's what a consent agenda is.
All right, so Indigenous Peoples Day acknowledges the suffering brought by European colonization, including disease, genocide, and the loss of ancestral lands, while also highlighting the city's own historic connection, pointing to the Castillo de San Marcos, which served as a prison for Native American soldiers during the Plains Wars of the 1800s. The document says the designation is meant both to honor the resilience and contributions of Indigenous communities today and to shine a light on historical truths that have often gone untold. Gainesville and North Miami were the first two Florida cities to adopt the observance. Nationally, Berkeley, California led the way back in 1992 with Seattle and Minneapolis among early adopters. The proclamation does not outline any specific events tied to the new holiday, but city leaders say the recognition itself marks an important step in acknowledging St. Augustine's connection to Native American history.
So, I mean, I don't have a problem with this, but I mean, using the fort as an example, those Native Americans weren't indigenous to here. The Mukwans were very different than the Arapaho, which were one of the tribes that was in prison there.
Yeah.
So, okay, us celebrate the Temuquans.
Who were indigenous
to
to
here.
the area.
If we're going to
and the
be
name.
honoring indigenous people, then we need to be honoring who
Actual
was
history.
indigenous to here. Now, what happened here? I mean, the painting we have in our lobby out there is it talks it speaks volume if you look at the painting. Because Black Kettle's family also was sent here. But that was a painting from him from way out west.
Yeah.
I mean, that was outside of Denver. He wasn't indigenous to
St. Augustine. Yes.
You know, so I think it's a contradiction a little bit, but Columbus was not a nice human being. So
it is funny to have this story right after we met with the Spanish Queen and we invited anyone that would come here from Spain.
Yeah.
I wonder who it
that's
was
who basically took out the indigenous people. So
what a weird day to have both of these stories on.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the monarchs had a lot to do with that colonization.
So yeah, it's two very contradictory.
We love the Queen. She was lovely. We invited her to St. Augustine, and we want to honor all indigenous.
I think this has more to do with trying to eliminate association with Columbus.
It really does.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, like Columbus Day was initially a thing to honor immigrants. That was the purpose.
A very Italian. It was a very Italian holiday.
Yeah, and the Italian community wanted a day to honor immigrants that came particularly from Europe, and Columbus was the symbol of it. And so Columbus Day is a day to honor immigrants.
I don't think in our current climate we're honoring immigrants as much as we possibly can either. So, because it's
legal
so polarized.
Immigrants?
No, don't let's not go into that because you're defending something, but it's so polarizing as a topic.
Yeah,
it can't even be brought up.
Which is why we just said don't talk about it.
Yeah, it can't even be brought up. So I mean, that's unfortunately, but that's what it was originally. It wasn't celebrating the man.
It wasn't celebrating
the
Columbus.
Culture. It was celebrating the culture.
That's where I feel like the backlash about Columbus Day has come from, though, is a misunderstanding that it's not a day celebrating Christopher Columbus. It was a day honoring immigrants.
We named a lot of cities after the dude.
We did, and we had the World's Fair. There was a Columbian expedition one. There was one that honored Columbus. We named a lot, but he was a symbol of.
But we didn't know all the facts either.
Exploration at that point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we didn't know all the facts, but I'm okay. I'm supporting Indigenous Day.
Okay.
So.
Let's just have a party on my birthday. How about that?
Is that what it is?
It's on my birthday, Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day.
Let's just call it Amanda Day.
I mean,
just call it Amanda Day.
It's very non-controversial.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. St. Johns County approves permits for $10 million in amenities at the Landings development. An emerging neighborhood in northwestern St. Johns County is set to add about $10 million worth of new amenities. County officials approved 2 major permits this week for the Landings at St. Johns by Pulte Homes. One permit covers a 14,000 square foot clubhouse at Lagoon Club Drive, valued at $7.3 million. The other is for
clubhouse.
Nearly 5,000 square foot fitness center, valued at $2.45 million. According to developers, the Landings will feature a mix of single family homes and a 55 plus community under the Del Webb brand, all surrounded by preserve and water views. Amenities include a private clubhouse, resort-style pool, walking trails, and more across nearly 8 acres. The Landing at St. John's, together with the Landing at Greenbrier, were rezoned back in 2023, with the developer committing to $11.5 million in road projects to help address traffic impacts. At full build-out, the Landings at St. John's alone will bring up to 761 homes across 581 acres. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. No, my buddy works for Pulte, and he's their legal team here in Florida. Yeah. So I mean, I'm going to see him in a couple weeks. He's going to have to buy dinner. They got this kind of money.
That is one heck of a clubhouse.
I'm not picking up the check, Scott. It's like, right now you're on it.
It's funny.
You're coming in our neighborhood and doing this. Yeah, you're buying dinner.
Nice. Margaritas?
Yeah, margaritas.
Troy, how do you want to check the comments today?
On this fantastic Friday, I will frolic my way through the wait. I already said fantastic. Bobby didn't. I didn't see Bobby's because I lost it early. It was in there and I lost my comments early. So
they took my comments away.
Yeah, I are fabulous followers. So
okay,
I'm frolicking.
Fabulous frolic is brought to you by B&S Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to B&S Signs, proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything: design, installation, crane, service, repair, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with B&S Signs. Visit bnssigns.com because when it comes to signs, they do it all. I still want to ride on the crane. Mm-hmm. And brought to you by St. Augustine Handy House. Need a customer prefab portable building built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options. Visit them on State Road 16, open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. All right, Troy, give us a comments report.
All right, we have amazing gas reports. Tim has Costco and Buc-ee's at $2.75. Joy has Owens at $2.89. Shell at $2.86. BP $2.87. Racetrack at $2.96. Wawa at $2.88. Speedway at $2.86. Low gas of the day is in Moorhead, Kentucky at $2.59. All right. Ashley Usina, I think she was talking about, we used to have a Native American Day. We called it like a powwow. And
not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore. It was, but it was a lot of fun. You did learn about the Timucuans and the Seminole Indian tribes there.
Yep.
It was educational. It was as authentic as we can make it as Americans. A lot of prayers for our beachgoer out there, beachgoer survivor. St. Augustine versus Columbia tonight, and a shout out to my man Sid. I'll see you on Sunday morning. Let's catch a dinosaur.
St. Augustine versus Columbia.
Yeah, believe it or not.
All right.
Like the irony of that.
Stoidum stat today connections.
All right. Today, on this day, one of the most important Stoidum stats of my childhood, because they came on right after the banana splits in Gilligan's Island.
Banana split.
Yeah. You don't know who the banana splits are? No. Oh, my gosh. So... mere child. The Brady Bunch premiered on this day in 1969.
The Brady Bunch.
Yes, it's a story of a lovely lady.
Yeah.
Raising
three lovely girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, you guys know the story. You know the song. I was trying to make a joke out of it. I failed miserably. But all of us who was anywhere near our Gen X world had a Brady Bunch episode that they knew.
Now I'll never be a teen model.
Yeah. Marsha.
100%. Yeah.
So, and I think the most disturbing thing in my childhood is in season 1, they had a dog named Tiger. Tiger died in between season 1 and season 2. They didn't even try and make Tiger look the same.
Like
with Lassie, there was 6 or 7 different Lassies, 6 or 7 different Rin Tin Tins. Couldn't tell the difference.
Wait, how many different Lassies?
Like 6 or 7. There's probably like 20 now. So, yeah, you're doing a fact check on it? All right. But they didn't even try with Tiger. I think there's like 9 Uggas now. At least they try.
They try.
Yeah.
Stick to the same breed at least.
Yeah.
Lassie was played almost exclusively by males because females will shed when they go into heat, and they didn't want her to be all uglied up. So
Did you have any luck finding how many lassies there were?
I had no luck.
Okay. All right.
all right.
So you guys have homework.
The Brady Bunch.
Let us know on Monday how many lassies and Ren 1010s there were. And do you even know who Ren 1010 is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I
have
do.
you ever heard of Ren 1010, Aiden?
No.
Okay.
There were
Never-
books.
He was like the first action star.
There were Rin
in
Tin Tin
movies.
books in my Scholastic book fair.
Talking about Tintin?
Ren 1010.
Rin Tin Tin.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He was a German Shepherd. He looked like Thor.
Yep.
So,
I like
his
Thor.
dog.
Sorry. Hold on. Chris Hemsworth. Okay.
Yeah.
Also cute.
Yeah. And people say him and I look absolutely nothing alike. It's really-
100%.
Really weird.
So what was your favorite Brady Bunch episode?
My favorite Brady Bunch episode is when they were in the competition of driving between Greg and Marcia on who
Okay.
got the station wagon,
Mhm.
and that was the one. I really didn't like when they went to Hawaii with the little idol thing.
Yeah.
You know, that was like a 3-parter,
Mhm.
but I wasn't a fan.
Jumping the shark a little.
Yeah, it was definitely a jumping the shark situation.
I feel like that was just trying to get people excited about the fact that Hawaii was a state.
And I like their music stuff too, though.
Yeah.
Just looked up Rin Tin Tin. No
Yes.
clue.
Huh?
No clue.
You had no clue who,
Never.
that even existed, right?
Not even close.
All right.
Yeah, the teen model episode is the one that I always laughed about.
Yeah.
All right, that's Stardom Stat, brought to you by St. August Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right at the corner of Riberia and MLK. Get yourself a slice today because it's delicious. Do we have plugs, Troy?
Plugs, tune into the football game on YouTube or on Facebook. You know, so it's always good watching a very competitive St. Augustine High School team this year. They are ranked in the state, and their offense is pretty electric. Wingo, I think, is going to be a guy who's going to play on Sunday if he continues to progress the way he's progressing.
I've got a plug for a change. It's Friday. Tune in at 9:04 for Troy's 2 cents.
There you go.
He pre-recorded it so Aiden wouldn't have to do it.
So Aiden wouldn't be late to school.
So Troy's 2 cents today, 9:04.
I'll be interested. I forgot what I said.
You mentioned it last night. That's
Yeah.
why it reminded me. Aiden, do you have any plugs?
Football game tonight. It's gonna be a
Football.
blowout. St. Augustine's winning by 1,000,000.
Yeah,
Big views make it worth it to Aiden that he
Yeah.
has to stay up so late.
Yeah, he's still working.
All right. Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube and Rumble. Troy's 2 cents football tonight. We'll see you on Monday. Not me, but he.